get into it. So here we are live this evening.
Oh, right. Here we are tonight at Golf Central, and here we have the new Titleist range. So we've got the Titleist TSi, TSi2, TSi3. Now, see, that's the thing. This is what Richo's been doing all night. We've literally hit how many shots with that? I don't know. 10, 12?
Yeah, yep.
And I haven't seen a bad one just yet.
Mate, this is really good. So this is the TSi2.
This is the TSi2.
Yep.
So I've got the 3, you got the 2.
Yep.
You want to tell me the technology, because I know you're up with all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it's metal and it's got shafts and stuff.
And that's about right. So basically, Richard doesn't know, and look, I've literally just had a look now. I mean, I know the basic sort of stuff. The biggest thing Titleist is sort of talking about is the ATI face. I think it's 425 ATI. Actually, I'll read it straight from the horse's mouth. What are we saying here? Titleist says, new face, new possibilities.
New face, new possibilities.
I wish I could have a new face.
Look, this is very good. They've hidden whatever technology there is, so it just looks like a very traditional sort of type driver.
Sorry, hopefully it's not too loud. There's a bit of works going on over there. But look, Titleist don't stuff around too much. That's the beauty, I think, of Titleist gear, is that they don't stuff around too much with sort of the visuals.
Yes. Well, I was saying, this is very much like the current driver I have, which is very much a traditional sort of shape.
Colour.
Plain black on the top, nothing. But do you know what? It sits up very nice. It's got great feel and great sound.
Now, that's one thing. I'll try to hit the TSi3 in just a wee bit, but like I said, ATI 425 aerospace titanium, made in a foundry in Pittsburgh. Look, at the end of the day, they're making the face as fast as they can across the face under the rules of golf, right?
Yep.
That's basically all they can do. What do you got? Faster through the air, which means a bit more aerodynamic. The
That's pretty good.
TS drivers are the previous, the TS2 and the TS3, are both very, very good.
Yep.
They're sort of kept up there with some of your other brands.
Adjustability.
The sure fit technology neck.
Yep.
Titleist were one of the first, if not the first, to sort of come out with something like that.
Yep.
Actually, no, I lie. TaylorMade maybe in the first. Either way, technology in regards to shaft adjustment is a thing of the past now. Everyone's got it.
Shaft options.
Crap loads of shaft options.
Yep.
High MOI, adjustability, so the TSi3 has an adjustable weight.
Yep.
TSi2 doesn't, it's a fixed weight, but with a sure fit neck. Look.
So those weights you can adjust that weight if you need to?
So based on swing weight, so based on length, they will then muck around with the weight of the back.
Yep. Cool. Look, I always like drivers like that, so I don't play with them.
Yeah. Well, have a chat about what you think, because two distinct shapes. So
yes,
TSi3, I think, is as good looking as a golf club can be. They've got the TSi logo as a little line up there. Yep. But yeah, two distinct shapes. I mean,
they are. I like the shape of this. I think it sets up really nice for my eye. Do you know, when I set it up behind the ball, I feel that I can swap over.
Yeah.
Mate, so to me, this shape sets up really well. Always like the Titleist drivers. I always think they've been very good drivers.
Classy.
Yes. Like I said, to me, you know, there's not a lot of visual stuff going on. So when you set it up behind the ball, it just looks more like a traditional type driver. Look at that. Beautiful.
Like, one thing I get there. So this is where I've only hit this a couple of times. I've hit it maybe 10 times previously to tonight.
Yep.
I think it sounds similar to the Sim, but with a twang to it. So there's a slight twang. It's nothing like the...
Do you know what? As soon as I hit it tonight, because this is the first time I've seen it or hit it.
Yes.
The first one I did, bang, beautiful shot. Liked the sound and the feel the moment I hit it.
Instantly.
Yep. Some other drivers sort of, the sound could grow on you.
Again, the two distinct noises. The 3 makes a more duller, hot metal sort of noise.
Yep.
A bit more like a hot melt tour type driver.
Yep.
Whereas that makes a bit more of a twangish sort of what's going on.
I don't.
Thanks, pal. There you go. We've got our butler. Hey, hi, Braden. When you watch this, Braden, hi. Thanks for the coffee. But yeah, two different sounds, two different shapes. Massive fan of the 3 shape.
Yep.
Not so much of the tip, but they're slightly
I
different.
don't mind this. I think it's because
Better
of how
than the
it's,
TS2, in
so,
my opinion.
so if you have a look at this, it's sort of rounded. It's hard to see. It's a bit more rounded at the top, and it looks like it's bigger through here,
yes,
right? Which to me sets up really good with my eye,
yes.
right? As where that still sets up good. You see the difference?
Yeah, head shape is completely different.
Like this to me just gives me a little bit more confidence when I stand over the ball. So I stand over the ball, I look at it and go, oh, I like where the weight looks like it is, even though it may not necessarily be that way.
Yeah.
But it still looks really good to me, setting up, and it gives you that confidence to feel that you can just swing through it and hit it.
I think like tonight we've got a couple of drivers. We've
Yep.
got the TS stuff and the G425 stuff from Ping. Biggest thing, Richo does hit the ball very well when it comes down to that slightly bigger head. Not a huge head, but slightly less fade bias, let's say.
Yes.
Again, and that's okay. The TSi2 is probably as good as I've seen you hit a golf ball in a while with a driver. Again, nothing wrong with yours.
No.
But in regards to just instantly picking it up, and maybe she's just swinging it well tonight because you hit everything good.
Well, maybe not. But I think this is very good. Like, we've hit some really good drivers.
I set that
lately.
up for Richo. So
Yep.
with the shaft and everything, I set that
Yep.
up for Richo. So
We have hit like quite a few drivers, and you know they've all been very good, right?
I was asked by
This is-
Lockie about what's going on out there in the industry because he works for a certain brand, and I said none of the brands are making bad drivers.
No, they're all making very good drivers, and like I said, I could put any of them in my bag.
Yes.
I've used the Sim a little bit,
Yes.
right? But it's mainly been either yours or Jason's, or
Yeah.
so it's not really the shaft for me. Look, we did take out the Richardson driver,
Yes.
right? The Z7.
The ZX 7s and 5s.
Very, very good driver. Very similar, very similar to this. Not a lot of stuff going on. Not a lot of cosmetic stuff. The same thing with the nice black head.
So full
This
titanium,
one,
no
this one to
carbon.
me has a little bit better feel in my hands when it comes off the face, and I think it was a little bit easier to keep it straight
Then what? Sorry.
than probably because the Richardson driver.
Yeah.
So it's the one driver that I played with at least a whole round.
yeah. Yeah.
This would be very interesting to play a whole round.
So
You
so
know?
the face is quite rough. So the ATI face is quite rough in the middle section. Actually, I'll get a close up. I haven't got it yet. You will be able to see it. But that,
Yeah.
what do you think of the lineup there? So the angles there, sort of
Well,
a little bit like a persimmon
Yeah.
setup there.
Yep. I don't mind that.
No.
So you can sort of
Yeah, have a
see
look.
that it's got that old school sort of look, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With that sort of V sort of channel through the front of it. Look at that, beautiful. I think it's fantastic. Like I said, to me, I don't mind some stuff where you can't adjust it too much.
Yes.
Like, you know, because I hate it because I can swing poorly on some days
Yes.
and really good on other days. And what I hate is that you adjust these weights, you look at it and go, oh, right, well, maybe it's the club wise, and you adjust it, and then the next day you swing really well and you put too much
Yeah.
draw, too much
Well,
fade.
certainly you want to set it up so that it reacts with your average.
Yes.
Now, what I will give this is I actually spoke to the TaylorMade rep about the sim in regards to I use the sim. Sim's great.
Yep.
What I will give this, I think the sim looks great. It's different colouring and a different look, right? So you sort of can't compare them both on that. If you like more of a traditional look, you got to go that. If you don't mind the different colours, black face, white sort
I
of chalk
think it's
line,
why I preferred a couple of those drivers, because I do like that.
more traditional.
Yes, and I was saying, I've had my driver now for probably 3 years, and it's very much got
Yes.
that
Just a basic black
basic-
head,
Yep.
no line-up line or very minimal. Like, yeah.
No, this one's.
It's got the TSI on the top.
Yep. I knew that you'd like them.
Yeah, of course, I can find the middle. Because I can't stand anything with
Because
nothing
the
on
only
it.
way you can hit mine is if I draw a little,
You have to draw a little dot or something on it.
white dot on. But
Sound.
I always put the white dot right here for help.
Maybe that's why I hit it there. The sound, like I said, there's two distinct sounds.
Yeah,
This is more duller than what that, but this is
Yeah.
not tingy very much at all. Like I said, somewhere like the Richardson, but definitely a tad more tingier than, say, the Sim.
I like the feel and the sound.
I like to feel more of this than the Sim. So the Sim feels a little on the firmer side of things. With the duller sound, the sound's amazing. I still think Sim's probably the best.
Yeah.
But if you had to combine sound and feel, maybe it goes to this. And maybe as a package, the look, the sound
when-
and the feel, maybe to this.
When you hit a club, because it doesn't really matter whether it's a driver or a club, is it the feel through your hands or the sound? What grabs you first?
I think it's both, but like if you talk about, say, the pings, when you go to the, say, the LS Tech version of the ping, the G425, it sounds great, so it's a little more duller. When you go into the Max and the SF Tech, twang, it's a
Sound
bit
is
more of an echo. Definitely different.
Yeah. Yep.
Again, a sound is subjective, as it looks, hence why he is one of the better looking blokes around. You know, it is subjective, right?
It is.
Give us a hear of that.
I generally sort of put, like I said, when I hit that tonight, and it's been pretty much the same with all the clubs I've hit, I put it down, and it's really that feel I get in my hands.
Well, yes.
The first, like when you hit it and you go, and then the sound for me.
Certainly
So
that
it's the
softer
feel.
feeling,
Yeah.
I think, than the TaylorMade. It's like it's
Yep.
firm, but the
Yep.
noise of the TaylorMade,
I
it's
get that softer feeling, and I
carbony.
feel that there's different times when you can really just hit as hard as you want.
Yes.
Like,
I want you to hit this again, mate. You know, for me, I would probably go the 9 degree in this and maybe the 9 in that. I haven't really stuffed around with numbers too much. I haven't stuffed around with numbers too much. Certainly what I have seen is that this does spin very low. And in swinging it and hitting it, it does feel very stable. Again, maybe that's me wanting it to be brilliant, I don't know, but at the end of the day, it is very, very
Okay.
solid. Yeah, you're good. If you had a TS to this, you may not change, but if you had any other Titleist driver, you probably would. You'd probably give it a go. Very straight, the wind's sort of into pushing right, so that may have had a couple of meters of fade on it. Again, Richo hasn't hit a bad one yet.
couple
It's
metres of fade, I'll live with that.
again, the wind's probably pushed that at least
I
half
feel
of that
that you
movement,
can
right?
sort of just set up over it and just swing through it. I mean, I've got a swing like a busted old dunny door.
Rusty
Feeling
gate.
like everyone knows what a dunny door is.
Yeah, dunny door.
But, because it's not a saying we use much anymore.
No,
But
you're not allowed.
that's okay. Do you know what? I could spend a million hours, but you know, generally when I'm swinging pretty good, doesn't matter if you're over swinging
Yeah.
it or whatever, as long as it's coming back and motoring through it, you see, generally I hit the ball okay. I'm always going to have some days where you don't hit it good,
Yes.
but you can always tell, isn't it, those clubs and those drivers when you hitting them all pretty consistent. I haven't topped one, I haven't had a massive slice, I haven't had a massive hook.
No.
They've all been going somewhere around, and it's always what we said with drivers, because they all go fairly long.
Yes.
It's where you don't mind if they're a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. It's when they're a long way, because now you're in big trouble.
Correct.
You know, that's when you're going to end up in the scrub, in the water.
Again, we're not saying this is going to fix everything, but certainly
No.
that you're going to have a club that you feel confident with, that's forgiving enough that you can just go ahead and hit it.
Do you know, I've hit this a few times tonight, and do you know what I'd describe it as?
Go.
Enjoyable.
Let's finish on that because it is enjoyable.
I don't think I can say much more than that. That this
Well-
is one driver I've hit where
It's
it.
it's more enjoyable than the previous model, put it that way. Like
I thought the previous model was pretty good,
the TS was
Right.
good,
but this is certainly
it's another jump again.
This is one of these drivers I could come down here and I could hit 3 buckets of balls,
Okay.
and it just feels nice on the hands, and it feels nice through the air. I
Mate,
really like
you
it.
must be picking up on the aerodynamics.
You know, probably set it up reasonably well.
I think it's about time for Richard to have a bit of more of a muck around with some drivers, so we may start doing some videos with that.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that.
We'll get some good numbers with mine, and then we roughly know where mine is sort of going.
Correct.
But I think probably a good idea. Maybe we do a whole...
Yeah, a little bit of a series on a couple of drivers
Yeah.
and muck around with it.
Yep. But I think if anyone went out and, depending on what shape you like and what you're looking at,
Yes.
I think most people would enjoy having a hit with this.
Beautiful. Go check out the TSi stuff,
Yep.
TSi3, TSi2, Fairway Woods as well, but go check them out. Pretty impressive.
Very nice.
Cheers, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
And rip in and...
Rock on. Beautiful. And don't forget, smash that like button.
You're
That's
a
what you
weirdo.
say, don't you?
Oh, that's what they say to say.
Hey? I don't know. If you don't like it, don't like it. Hit dislike. Who cares?
Yep.
I don't care. But anyhow, see you then. Beautiful.
See you.